Explore in this video 8 countries where marriage is still seen as a system of value and social exchange in which the female figure occupies a central and specific role. In many of these cultures, marriage is more than a personal union. It is a reflection of the traditions and values of society. Even with modernization and the advancement of rights, many women in these places still face pressure to assume traditional roles as mothers and caregivers, with limited opportunities to develop careers or seek independence. For many families, a daughter's marriage can represent a chance for financial improvement, while for other women, the search for a foreign partner is a way to escape these cultural impositions. Today we will explore how marriage and the role of women are intertwined in different societies with complex realities that are not always fair for them. Number 8. Egypt. Did you know that Egypt is a very popular destination for many foreign men looking for a wife? Egyptian brides have gained prominence in the international dating market, especially among those who value Islamic culture and are fascinated by the unique beauty of Arab women. Characterized by shiny black hair, deeply expressive eyes, whether brown or lighter in tone, striking eyebrows and soft lips, these women have a captivating and almost mesmerizing presence. Furthermore, their appearance is complemented by radiant skin and features that highlight their origin. In addition to being admired for their physical beauty, Egyptian women are also well known for their loyalty and kindness. They are women who traditionally have an intense and determined personality, characteristics that arouse the interest of men around the world. This combination of exotic appearance and strong character traits makes many consider them an ideal partner in the dating market. The poverty rate in Egypt is high, with more than 30% of the population living below the poverty line. Many families, especially in rural areas, face great difficulties in supporting their children, and in some cases, marrying daughters becomes a way to alleviate financial pressure. For decades, men from Gulf Arab countries have traveled to Egypt in search of much younger brides, offering financial incentives to their families in exchange for this arrangement. On average, the dowry in these circumstances is around $2,000, an amount that, for many struggling families, is seen as an opportunity to improve their living conditions, even if temporarily. However, these unions, which are based on economic interests rather than emotional stability, rarely offer lasting security or personal fulfillment for the women involved. Number 6. South Korea. According to official statistics, the birth rate in South Korea has fallen to just 0.78 children per woman, a number significantly below the global average of 2.4. Increasingly, Korean women are seeking husbands in other countries, and surprisingly, even their parents encourage these international marriages. This movement has been driven by the growth of specialized websites, where Korean women seek relationships with foreign men who value mutual respect and a balanced partnership. To register on one of these platforms, Korean women pay around $1,500. And if the foreign man wishes to travel to South Korea to meet his potential partner, the cost of the trip can exceed $6,000. Many Korean women have chosen not to follow the traditional paths of marriage and motherhood, especially with local men, due to deep-rooted social and cultural tensions. Korean men, especially those who live in rural areas in turn, have sought brides in other countries, such as Vietnam and China, to form a family. However, the cost of a wedding to a foreign bride can exceed $10,000, posing a financial challenge for many rural men. Number 5. Vietnam. Vietnam has become an increasingly popular destination for Western men looking for a partner. In 2019, for example, nearly 1,800 Vietnamese women entered the United States on fiancé visas. For men interested in dating or marrying a Vietnamese woman, it is important to consider the financial investment that this process requires. An in-person meeting, including travel, accommodation, and food expenses, can cost between $800 and $2,000, depending on the locations chosen and the style of the meeting. Why are Vietnamese women so sought after? Western men often admire the strong sense of responsibility of Vietnamese women, who often work to support their families, while also taking care of the home with dedication and affection. This combination of responsibility and care is especially valued by those looking for a stable partner committed to building a family. Vietnamese women are also known for handling conflicts in a flexible and understanding manner, which makes them balanced partners in times of difficulty. Number 4. Malaysia. Malaysia, a Southeast Asian nation known for its rich cultural diversity, is home to women who stand out for their beauty, loyalty, and traditional values. Malaysian women belong to diverse ethnic groups, including Malays, Chinese, and Indians, and share characteristics that make them attractive to foreign men. Chinese women tend to be more receptive to Western cultures, adapting more easily to modern ideas, while Malaysian women, for the most part, preserve more conservative values, which are deeply linked to their Islamic faith. Although Malaysia has a growing economy, there are still large disparities between the different regions of the country, especially when it comes to women's opportunities and rights. In many areas, traditional gender roles still limit women's personal and professional development, leading some women to seek foreign husbands who can offer more freedom and equality in their lives. Online dating services have made it easier for Malaysian women to connect with men from other countries. The cost of using these platforms is, on average, $500. But for men who are willing to invest in a serious relationship, the trip to meet their future wife can cost more than $2,000. Number 3. China. In China, there is a well-known tradition called bride price, in which the groom or his family gives material gifts or a sum of money to the bride's family. This practice has deep roots in Chinese history, but has become even more relevant in recent decades due to the demographic challenges the country faces. The one-child policy, implemented for many years, has resulted in a gender imbalance, with around 34 million more men than women, which has caused bride prices to rise considerably as men compete to find wives. In some regions of China, the average bride price is around $2,000, but in richer areas or with greater demand, this value can exceed $50,000 or even more. Furthermore, the number of Chinese women marrying foreign men has also increased. In 2021 alone, in the city of Shanghai, 549 women married men from other countries, reflecting a cultural change and a search for new opportunities outside local traditions. Number 2. India. In India, almost 85% of women stay in their first marriage for life, which reflects a deep commitment to their husbands. Although the divorce rate is rising, it is still considerably lower than in many Western countries. Social expectations of women are heavy, and in some regions, a woman in her 20s is considered too old to marry, which puts additional pressure on women to settle down quickly. Although India's fertility rate remains high, averaging 2 children per woman, the country faces a large gender gap in the labor market, with the female labor force participation rate in urban areas hovering around 20%. Arranged marriages remain a common practice, especially in rural areas, where foreign men now have an easier time connecting with potential brides through online dating services. A typical 2-week trip to India, including the cost of dating services, can cost around $3,000, reflecting the investment required for these interactions. Number 1. Brazil. Yes, Brazil also enters the list. Our country is known worldwide for the beauty of women and for the warm way in which people interact in Brazil. Physical contact makes part of the culture, and the concept of love is seen quite liberal. We don't have problems with touching hugs, and we are very harvesters, what it may be normal here. But in others places, simply holding it in your hand is enough, quite a lot. A global perspective. Each country presents unique cultural attributes, traditional values, and distinct challenges that shape the way marriage is viewed and experienced. For many women around the world, marrying a foreign partner can represent a chance to live a more fulfilling life with greater freedom and equality. In many cases, the search for marriage with a man of another nationality goes beyond attraction to physical or cultural characteristics. It becomes a search for opportunities that, in some societies, may be limited by rigid gender norms and social expectations. These international marriages often offer a way out of the pressures women face in their home countries, giving them the chance to rewrite their stories and achieve a more stable future with greater possibilities for personal and professional growth.